A real-life drama played out next to Universal Studios. Police chase a murder suspect, approach the car with guns drawn. One officer took a shot. But should they really be shooting in the middle of traffic? The divorce court was open for business today. Jamie said she needs $1 million a month in spousal support. Frank said, take $150,000. It's going to get ugly.
Say hello to my little friend.
Looks like a school play, but is it? Either way, those kids are reenacting Scarface on stage. Who in the world authorized that? All the stories people are talking about and everything you need to know right now on The Filter. Hello again on The Filter Forefront. Our top four of the day including say hello to my little friend. But we'll begin with this. Around 5 o'clock this afternoon, I was looking out the window here at NBC and I saw a police pursuit go right by the building. A shirtless man, a murder suspect from Indiana, sped by in a sport utility vehicle. He weaved in and out of traffic in the Burbank area. Police had him boxed in at one point, approached the car, drew their weapons in the middle of traffic. He wouldn't come out, so they fired, breaking out a window. He hit the gas and took off. They continued to chase him. He ended up outside of Universal Studios, got out of the car and started running. Burbank police shot again. This time they got him with a non-lethal round. Our contributors tonight, Ron Kaye from RonKayLA.com, and actress and social activist Debra Skelton. Our pictures are furnished by Skype. We have so much to talk about here. Police drawing their guns in traffic with people around and shooting. Does that seem like a good idea, Debra?
It's not about whether it's a good idea or not. It's about protocol. First of all, a lot of times if it is a suspect who is a murder suspect, then they think that person is armed and dangerous. And you have to do what you have to do. And I think in any given situation, yes, care has to be taken. But in a public situation, to say absolutely no, don't draw your guns, could actually put the public in other forms of danger. And it's sort of like half of one, half a dozen of one, six of the other, simply because you have to take that chance in case that suspect does have a gun in which he can use it on other citizens.
Well, but they're looking at his hands. I believe his hands were on the steering wheel. Ron, what do you think?
Well, police aren't supposed to shoot unless they see a weapon or what they think is a weapon. And they can make mistakes and misjudgments, but with a lot of people around and not confirming that they've seen a gun, the guy's running, he's not turning and shooting. It just seems to me totally out of protocol from everything I know about it. It's an incredibly dangerous thing to do. Bullets bounce and ricochet. In the end, it's lucky nobody was hurt, but it's a very dangerous thing, just coming out with your guns drawn.
Well, I know that it's a very difficult job to be a police officer, and none of us want to do it. I think it's one of the most difficult jobs in the world, and who knows how you'll react at a certain time. Protocol is always key. But when the guy gets out of his car at Universal Studios and starts running, and they think he's a murder suspect, and they tell him to stop, and he's doing the old zigzag routine, they took him out. Got that. I was just concerned that here are cars, he stopped, people are looking. One of our producers was right down the street and saw the whole thing. I mean, all of a sudden, they pull their weapon and start firing into the window of the car. That was my concern. Who knows what can happen at that point?
Well, I'd agree with you. I mean, they're supposed to know what they're dealing with, and it can be dangerous, but they're lucky nobody got hurt.
I wouldn't call that luck, though, not with a police officer. If it's a luck, then any citizen would be able to do it. But I think there's a matter not only of protocol, but really having to assess your situation. That's exactly why they have to take the test that they are to become police officers in the first place.
Okay, let's move on. You know, it's okay to be gay, and it's certainly okay to be gay and proud. Do you want middle school kids grabbing the microphone at school and announcing they're gay over the loudspeaker to the entire school? Apparently that's okay at Thomas Rivera Middle School in the Inland Empire. Despite protests by parents, the Valverde Unified School District will allow the formation of Gay-Straight Alliance. The principal said forming the group is with the rights of students, even if it goes against the grain as some of the parents. There's a total of 769 Gay-Straight Alliance clubs in the state. Fewer than 10 are in middle schools. Ron, if parents don't like this idea, should the school listen?
Well, you know, the genie's out of the bottle. We've created an incredibly free culture. There is gay engagement in primetime television. It's out in the open now. And kids today, I mean, at 8 years old, they know way too much. They dress up like, you know, they're 20 and hot. I think it's you're not keeping secrets any longer. The kids have gotten sex education one way or another very, very young. It's all over our culture. It's in the music. It's everywhere. And sexuality is part, for better or worse, of the liberation. I think the school officials have an obligation to make sure that it's an informed person who is in charge of the kids, and that they're not just running wild and violating, meeting is for sexual engagement, which is what I think some of the parents are worried about, is what's going on here.
Wait a minute. Do we really think that an 11 or a 12-year-old child knows enough to be able to grab the microphone and say, "World, I'm gay, and I want everybody to know it"? When you're 11 or 12 years old, our daughter came home from school and said one of the kids announced he was gay. Now, this kid is no more gay than I am, and there's nothing wrong with being gay. But he had made his statement, and everybody reacted to it. And the point was, he wasn't gay. He was just saying that. And if you allow 11 and 12-year-old kids just to simply stand up and make statements like that, Deborah, I wonder if it does more harm than good.
No, it doesn't. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Do you see this? This is a photo campaign that I got the opportunity to do today called No Hate. And what it does is it talks about equality for people of all different races, ages, colors, genders, transgenders, gay, straight. And here's the thing. Yes, a lot of children know, yes, and I say children, know when they're gay or they're straight. They have tendencies, they understand it, and I think in today's society, regardless of what they see in the media, they're given the opportunity now in today's society to be able to come to the forefront. We're seeing more gay rights. We're seeing people stand up more for gay rights.
Not questioning.
And because of this, at a young age, if it is possible, then it should be deemed necessary to be supported, parent or no parent. It's funny how they will protest against children having that opportunity to come forth and be brave enough to say it, if that is the case, but yet they won't protest ignorance. How many times as young people do we go against our parents simply because they say don't? And when this comes out of the bag, children have an opportunity to express it, explore it, find out. And you know what? With that exploration, we'll find out whether or not they truly are gay.
No, I understand. I just think it's a little young to be doing that at school and screaming.
I don't think so.
And
I think
announcing
this
it to
is a
everybody.
society. I think this is a society that promotes aggressive behavior to a certain extent. And it just because you see things on television doesn't make you gay. And yes, we have a more open society. And sometimes that is negative and has a negative end result in the family and the community. But this, I believe, will have a positive result, because if not, those who are playing games will be punished accordingly and should be punished accordingly, especially for a middle school.
Okay.